self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. Wake up! Wake up! Grab brush and put a little makeup. I discussed the fade away. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Create another fable. You wanted to. Grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to. I discussed the fade away, the shake up. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. Well, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. In my self-righteous suicide, I cry when angels deserve to die. Suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. Software version 7.0. Looking at life through the eyes of a tire hub. Eating seeds is a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, No! What are you on the world? How do you own disorder? No! Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder. Fires, loud neighbors, flashlight reveries caught in the headlights of a truck. Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, No! What are you on the world? How do you own disorder? No! Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder. life into a man's heart. When I became the sun, I shone life into a man's heart. Dispossessed from all the attractions, dancing bears of eroticism, self-absorbed delusion, inclusion of dysfunction. I now await the triumphant lost baggage train station. The causes of ineptitude can be traced to my mandatory down. The causes of my servitude can be traced to the tyranny of money. Make your money, hide your money, shove your money, up your money, save your money, up money. My final surrender away from inclusion. I now await the triumphant left baggage train station. The causes of ineptitude can be traced to my mandatory down. The causes of my servitude can be traced to the tyranny of a down. The causes of ineptitude can be traced to my mandatory down. The causes of my servitude can be traced to the tyranny of money. Up money, make your money, hide your money, shove your money, up your money, save your money, make your money, hide your money, up money, make your money, hide your money, shove your money, up your money, save your money, up money. Barbares of Swiperbrush with pointed heels. Victorious kneel. Brand new spanking kneel. Marching forward, hypocritic and hypnotic computers. You depend on our protection, yet you feed us lies from the tablecloth. La 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 la. Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. desert, blowing up the sunshine.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine. Blast off! It's party time! And we don't live in a fascist nation! Blast off! It's party time! And where the f*** are you?
The tablecloth.